How's it going, you guys? Sorry about this bedtime story type video, but I've had a long day. Everyone knows I'm training for a fight right now. I'm working long hours, so I don't really have time to sit down with my computer and go on these in-depth scientific videos where I show studies and stuff like that. That's fine. So today I was looking back at old memories, trying to get an idea of the way I used to think, probably about 10 years ago, really. And, like 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Trying to get an idea of how I thought and getting an idea of how I ate. And I found it really fascinating just how much sugar and carbs I was eating and how little actual nutrition I was eating. So, I don't think carbs are the devil, but I think malnutrition is the devil, and I think eating poisonous foods are the devil. Well, not the devil. I think that they are uh, extreme causes of concern. So I basically used to eat, so from 2009 all the way until about 2013, 2014, probably about early 2014. So for about 3 years or so, my diet consisted of white pasta enriched with vitamins and minerals, um, 4 pack of Monster a day, typically, but usually I'd have one or two. Usually I'd have one or two, but there were certain periods of time where I would have, 4 packs. My idea of partying with friends was cooking up a giant pot of white pasta and eating like a couple bags of cheese on it, and tacos, lots and lots of tacos, which isn't really bad compared to all the other nutrient deficient foods I was eating. And then just lots of Monster, lots of tacos. There were pretty much a lot of the time I was eating snack cakes, lots of snack cakes, a whole box of snack cakes, candy bars, king size snack candy bars, just lots of sugar and no real nutrition. Probably the only nutrition I was really getting for a lot of that time was from, the tacos I might eat every now and then. I would eat fried chicken, I would eat pizza, and it all kind of like, I guess everyone goes through this. You know it was when I got kicked out of my mom's house. Well, I didn't get kicked out of my mom's house, but my mom made me move out. uh, you know our house basically fell apart, and she wanted me to live on my own or whatever. And so, when everyone moves out of their parents' house and they start living on their own, starts making their own money and whatnot, they have all this freedom. And typically people go partying and drink all this alcohol and stuff like that. I never drank alcohol really, not until like 2016 when I met the girl I'm with right now. And even then, I wasn't really an alcoholic. I just drank a little bit of wine here and there, but I haven't done that in forever. I don't like the way alcohol makes me feel. But for me, I just went balls to the wall with junk food, Monster energy drinks, pasta, cheese, and it was like the coolest thing in my mind at the time. I was like, "Oh my God, this is cool! I can buy whatever food I want." And so I'd make like these sandwich wraps with giant tortillas, white tortillas that have trans fats in them, hydrogenated oils, which are a main driver for heart disease. And I'd put like mayonnaise, which is mainly just vegetable oil, and I'd put like bologna and stuff like that on it, and make the in processed cheese product, not even real cheese. And that would be a lot of the meals I'd have. And I'd drink a giant thing of like Mountain Dew or drink a Monster with it. And it's interesting because that's what most people in modern society do for food. Sandwiches like that for lunch with lots of soda. When they eat red meat, it's like hamburgers with French fries and sodas. I mean, Anyone watching my channel already knows this. But the thing is, I realized I was deficient in vitamin B1, I was deficient in folate, I was deficient in manganese, probably deficient in magnesium. The only nutrition I was really getting was fortified grains, fortified pasta, and energy drinks that have B vitamins in them. If it wasn't for the fortified white pasta and the energy drinks, I probably would have died of beriberi, or some other vitamin or mineral deficiency. I'm very lucky to be alive with just how much sugar I was eating, how much vegetable oil and hydrogenated oils I was eating, all those snack cakes and all that vegetable oil, all that sugar, all the Monster energy drinks. And I was eating very little protein. I was lucky to be getting 50 to 90 grams of protein a day. Most of that was probably coming from cheese. It's no surprise why I felt so bad. I started feeling I was feeling sick from the beginning, actually. Just all that sugar I was eating on a regular basis. But I didn't realize why I felt so bad. I think most people don't realize why they feel so bad. They just kind of pass it off as depression or insomnia, which I had. I had major insomnia, major depression, major anxiety. It's really bad. My mental health didn't start to get better. My physical health didn't start to get better. Really until late 2018, I'm gonna say. Like, you know, I mean, and when I started the keto diet, I was eating a lot more liver. I was eating a minimum of 2 pounds of beef a day. Before that, I would eat maybe 1 pound of beef a day and some various other animal products for protein. But the more animal products I started eating, the healthier I felt. And I think the reason why is because there's such a, if you're eating 2 pounds of red meat, you're getting, maybe half the RDA of vitamin B1 and folate. Not quite, because muscle meat doesn't have as much. All the cheese I was eating and the eggs helped to supply calcium, magnesium, a little bit of potassium, but not nearly enough. Folate, B1. So I don't really, and I think that this might be the reason why so many people feel better on a carnivore diet. I don't think a carnivore diet is a good idea, especially the ribeye and salt version. But I just can't help but notice there's a lot of nutrient deficiencies that people seem to go through. Calcium on non-dairy type diets is a big one. I think it's probably a main reason why a lot of vegans get so many injuries after so long, just because their bones are getting the calcium pulled out in order to maintain healthy blood levels of calcium. Anyway, I was eating a really crappy diet for so long. It made me feel like crap. And I never really paid enough attention to the amount of vitamins and minerals I was getting, because I just assumed that, I was doing fine because I was eating a small amount of leafy greens, a little bit of fruits, and I figured the meat and cheese supplied enough, that I was for so long. But then when I plugged all my food into Chronometer, I realized I've probably been deficient in vitamin E for most of my life, deficient in manganese for most of my life. And the only reason why I was able to survive so long without, potassium, magnesium, B1, folate, when I started eating healthy, I probably started becoming extremely deficient in these nutrients because I wasn't drinking fruit juice, wasn't drinking these fortified milks and other things. And that's where most people get their nutrition from. And so, yeah, that's something that people really need to think about is, especially population data. What if all these red meat eaters that have a greater risk of disease in population studies are non-adherers and they simply don't care about getting enough nutrients per day? What if they're all nutrient deficient? And of course, they also eat a lot of processed sugar and other things that people don't care about. They're healthy. Anyway, leave your questions and comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about all this, and I'll talk to you in the next video.